Hi, I'm Joe, your AI-generated newscaster, with a quick recap of everything that happened last week on the cybersecurity front. To begin with, there's an update on the whole Ivanti VPN situation, but it's not a positive one. While the first two vulnerabilities we reported on earlier were patched eventually, Ivanti was soon subjected to the third one shortly after. The corporate VPN and firewall company attempted to mitigate the new server-side request forgery vulnerability, but by the time the patch was implemented, it was already widely exploited, affecting a mass number of Ivanti's customers. Considering that this vulnerability allowed threat actors to access administrative controls of Ivanti's servers, a lot of work will have to be done to mitigate the outcomes of this breach. Continuing the trend of VPN-related issues, ExpressVPN was forced to release an emergency patch following a tip-off from a tech expert. According to Attila Tomascek, a writer for CNET, he discovered an issue concerning the split tunneling feature of ExpressVPN after noticing that some DNS requests were not directed to the virtual network. According to ExpressVPN, they detected this issue in just about 1% of their users and hurried to disable the split tunneling feature, which turned out to be the root cause of the problem. All recorded cases only affected the latest versions of ExpressVPN, so users requiring split tunneling are advised to stick to earlier versions of the app. Unlike the ExpressVPN issue, which was likely accidental, the recently discovered macOS Backdoor Backdoor is suspected to be tied to major ransomware operations. Researchers from Bitdefender discovered the Backdoor disguised as a Visual Studio update on February 2nd. This backdoor was configured to allow operators to gather and upload files, constituting a significant security issue. Perhaps more alarmingly, some of the servers used for the backdoor were previously associated with ransomware campaigns targeting Windows clients. This has led researchers to believe that Backdoor is connected to the Black Basta and Black Cat ransomware operations. While cybercriminals like this continue to exist, there will be grand arrests of them. I'm, of course, foreshadowing our next story, the dismantling of a huge malware service carried out by federal authorities. Warzone rat malware dealers and background actors were captured in the process of dealing with the entire operations. Boston operatives have taken down the Warzone.ws and 3 related domains, while FBI officials have detained Daniel Melli, a 27-year-old citizen of Malta, and a 33-year-old Nigerian prince. Both were arrested on February 7th and will likely be extradited to the US to stand in court for their numerous malware dealings. But arresting criminals is not the only way of preventing crime. You need to try hard to prevent it, something Canada officials seem to not understand. For instance, instead of campaigning for better ways to safeguard cars, Canada is banning Flipper Zero, a security testing device that allegedly can break into a car. That said, the device developers insist that any car made after 1990 is impervious to Flipper Zero's methods, and the videos of cars hijacked with Flipper Zero are entirely staged for viewer engagement. While there is some truth to Canada's worries, as even newer cars sometimes use rolling codes, which Flipper Zero can hack, it would have made more sense to address car manufacturers instead. Maybe they should stop using an outdated security standard. If you want to find out more about how Flipper Zero can hijack a car, and if it is really possible, check our video on the topic. It's really detailed, you won't regret it. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe for daily coverage of cybersecurity news, and never forget to keep yourself safe.